Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's GTA 5 video, we're going to be taking a look at all of the unreleased drip feed cars and vehicles that'll be arriving over the next couple of weeks and months from the Cayo Perico Heist update. So drip feed has returned. Remember in the previous update, the Los Santos Summer Special, we got all the cars on day one. Well, that was not the case today. Rockstar has added 9 new vehicles into GTA Online: the Kosatka, the Sparrow, the Kurtz 31 Patrol Boat, the Vapid Winky, the Shih Tzu Longfin, the Kraken Avisa, Annihilator Stealth, RO86 Alkanost, and the Pegasi Torador. But there are a handful of vehicles that are going to be arriving again over the next couple of weeks. And these have all been revealed by a user on Twitter, Foxy Snaps. I'll leave a link to his page in the description. But let's go over them right now. And because this is day one of the update, we don't have a ton of information quite yet. So for example, things like their prices and what type of vehicle they are, whether it's sports, super, etc. Now we can, of course, speculate. But for now, we're just going to get the basic and also the release order of these vehicles as well. So let's go ahead and dive into this. And the first vehicle we'll be looking at today is the Slam Truck. Take a look at this. So I'm pretty sure this is a modification of the Slam Van, but it has like a ramp off the back that you could essentially launch cars from. How freaking cool is that? So I would imagine that this is probably going to be in the muscle car category, considering that's what the Slam Van is. But this is awesome. I mean, look at the giant ramp on the back. I'm pretty sure Rockstar added this like just for stunting and trolling purposes. Like your friend could have one of these vehicles out. You could have like a motorbike or a sports car, and you could basically just launch yourself off the back of this thing. I'm hoping that's how it's going to work. This is also going to be available on the Southern San Andreas Super Auto site. We'll be taking a look at the release order at the end of this video, but that's the first one, the Slam Truck. The next one is the Brioso 2, which is in the file name for it, but it's the Brioso 300. So this is pretty cool. We already have the Brioso in the game, so it looks like this is a classic version of the Brioso, which is pretty awesome. So I would imagine this is going to fall under the Sports Classic class, or it could fall under the Compact class. I'm not sure where Rockstar is ultimately going to put it, but it is, of course, called the Grotti Brioso 300, and it looks like this is also based off of a classic Fiat 500, so if you're a fan of that car, you should be a fan of the Brioso 300 in-game. So that's the second car. The third car looks like we've got a supercar on our hands, and that is the Atelier Rsx. So we know that this is a Grotti vehicle based off of the badges, and if I were a betting man, it looks like this is based off of a Ferrari 488 Pista, or it might be based off of the SF90 that was released earlier this year. But as you guys know, Rockstar don't necessarily pick from one vehicle. It's usually multiple that they choose from. But it looks like we do have a supercar on our hands here, which is quite awesome. And this is going to be available on the Legendary Motorsports site. If it wasn't obvious enough, by the way, when you look at the photos, if you see one with a like outdoor garage background, that is San Andreas Super Autos. And if you see one with an internal garage, that's going to be Legendary Motorsports. But that's our next vehicle right there, our supercar, the Atelier Rsx. Our next vehicle is the Veto, which is the go-kart. I'm imagining this is like the most bare bones go-kart that I have ever seen. Like literally, it doesn't even have a frame. It's got like a bottom steering wheel, the pedals. That's it. So I wonder if Rockstar is going to release this at the same time as the next vehicle we're going to be checking out, because the next vehicle, we actually do have a release date on when it's going to be coming out, and that's actually in just a couple of days, and that is the Veto 2. Now, we know, thanks to the Rockstar Newswire that they put out, that this is actually called the Dinkavito Classic. So I'm going to assume the earlier one we looked at is just the Dinkavito, and this one is the Classic. So the Classic looks like it is going to be coming out next, because Rockstar are giving this away as a free gift starting on December 18th through Sunday, December 20th. So because of that, I would imagine this vehicle is not going to be kept in the drip feed for very long. So really within the next couple of hours, depending on when you're watching this video, it should be coming out. So that's pretty cool. Our next vehicle is the BF Weevil. So it looks like we are finally getting a classic beetle bug added into the game. Finally, I can say that players have been requesting a car like this for a long, long time, and I can only imagine that this is going to have a ton of customization as well. So again, in case you guys are wondering what this car is based off of, it's a classic Volkswagen Beetle. So really cool. People have been asking for this for a long time, and it's also going to be available on the Southern San Andreas Super Auto site as well. Our next vehicle is the Weaponized Dinghy, which in the files is called the Dinghy 5. And as you guys can see here, we get a better idea of how this vehicle works. From what I can see here, it looks like this is able to seat 5 people. You have a driver, passenger, 2 in the back, and then obviously there would be someone on front manning the gun. So this is actually pretty cool. Shows you what the boat looks like, what the weapon looks like as well on the front, the mounted machine gun. So that is the Weaponized Dinghy. That is going to be available on the Warstock Cash and Carry site. There's a handful of vehicles coming up next that are going to be available on that, including the next one, which is the Manchez 2. Now, we don't know what this is called in-game in the files, but it is a secondary version of the Manchez, which is one of the best sort of off-road sports bikes that we have in the game. So that's obviously very cool. This is also going to be available on the Warstock Cash and Carry site, if that wasn't obvious enough. Again, any background that has like a military-esque look to it, those are going to be on Warstock Cash and Carry. After that, it is the Squatty. We have seen this one before from the trailer, but it looks like Rockstar is also going to be keeping this in the drip feed. This is one of the original cut vehicles from GTA Online and Grand Theft Auto 5 in general. And what's cool about a lot of these drip feed vehicles is during the heist, you can actually test them out a little bit. That's actually something we'll talk about in an upcoming video, but that is the Squatty. Our next vehicle is the Varus, which is this new ATV. Really exciting. This is one of the vehicles we saw on the artwork as well. And I was wondering if this was going to be a new ATV, and it turns out it is. It's the Dinkavito Varus. So that's pretty cool. Again, hard to maybe get excited about an ATV, but it is something new, and I think it'll be fun for players to use, not only on the heist itself, but during free roam as well. After that, it is the Vetter, or V-E-T-I-R. I don't know how you would ultimately pronounce this. This is that like off-road troop transport that we also saw from the trailer of the Cayo Perico Heist. So this is also going to be available on the Warstock Cash and Carry site. Again, right now we don't have prices or anything like that. So all in all, there are 11 drip feed vehicles, which means there's a bit over 50% of the cars left from this update. That's pretty exciting. We have 20 in total, 9 released today, 11 are these unreleased drip feed cars. And what's great is that they look like they'll be coming sooner rather than later, as we're going to be getting one a little bit later on this week. Now, as far as the release order goes, this is according to Foxy Snaps. So on Legendary Motorsports site, there's only one. It is the Atelier Rsx. That's the only one from that website, so that's pretty obvious. From Southern San Andreas Super Auto site, you have the Veto, the Veto 2, the Weevil, the Slam Truck, and then the Brioso. That's your order there. And then on the Warstock Cash and Carry site, ignore Sparrow 3 and Avisa. These are in the game right now. You just unlock them as a part of your submarine. It's the Manchez, the Vetter, the Squatty, Dinghy, and the Varus, which is the final one unlocked. So that is your release order right there for the unreleased cars in Grand Theft Auto Online as a part of the Cayo Perico Heist. Again, as we get more information on these vehicles, I'll be sure to keep you updated, like on things regarding price and a whole lot more. But for now, that should give you a good idea of what's going to be coming in the next few weeks and months to Grand Theft Auto Online from the Cayo Perico Heist. I would love to hear from you guys in the comments down below. Which of these vehicles is your favorite of the unreleased ones? Let me know what you're thinking in those comments down below. If you guys did go on to enjoy this video, though, a like rating would, of course, be awesome. And be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new, or you want to stay up to date on all the latest GTA and all the Cayo Perico Heist videos that I'll be doing here on my channel over the next couple of weeks and months. And be sure to ring that notification bell as well. Sometimes YouTube just doesn't work, and if you ring that bell, you'll always be guaranteed to be notified when new videos arrive. But of course, as always, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.